This is the wire for 2130 Zulu, January 24th, 2024. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 2030. Bottom line up front. Texas reaffirms defensive stance. Maersk fails attempt to recommence operations in the Red Sea. Beginning with international events. In Canada, following a months-long investigation into Justin Trudeau's actions during the 2022 Freedom Convoy trucker protests, the Federal Court of Canada has ruled that Trudeau's actions were unconstitutional. Analysts comment. As a reminder, last September this investigation process revealed falsified intelligence reporting, which intended to falsely indicate the protesters presented a terrorism threat. These documents indicate that the Royal Canadian Mounted Police used falsified data from the Canadian Anti-Hate Network, a non-governmental organization, as sourcing for their own investigative reports, which led to the justification of Trudeau's invocation of the Emergencies Act to freeze the finances of protesters, along with a myriad of other targeting tactics. In the Red Sea Horn of Africa region, 2 Maersk vessels attempting to transit the Bab el-Mandeb Strait have reversed course following Yemeni attacks. The merchant vessel Maersk Chesapeake and merchant vessel Maersk Detroit, both American-flagged, owned and operated, were attacked with multiple cruise missiles as they attempted to run northbound through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait under the escort of U.S. Navy warships. In the Far East, North Korean leadership continues to erase references to reunification with South Korea. In addition to removing reunification topics from propaganda websites, open-source satellite imagery indicates North Korea has demolished the famous 30-meter-tall Arch of Reunification in Pyongyang. This move follows months of increased tensions as North Korean leadership has progressively shifted into a more openly hostile stance with regards to relations with South Korea. On the home front, in Texas, National Guard forces continue improving defenses along the southern U.S. border as the constitutional crisis continues. Today, Governor Abbott issued a statement reaffirming Texas's constitutional right to self-defense, which supersedes federal statutes, stating that, quote, the federal government has broken the compact between the United States and the states. Analyst comments for this wire. Though the missiles targeting Maersk ships either missed or were intercepted successfully by the U.S. Navy, the interception took place only a few hundred meters from the vessels, much too close for comfort for commercial shipping. As such, this does not bode well for the success of U.S. Navy warships attempting to escort convoys through the high-risk areas. In Texas, the line has been drawn by the state, the seriousness of which cannot be overstated. Now, Texas awaits the federal response, whatever that may be. As expected, this issue has been slow to build, with events suddenly compounding all at once. Texas's stance, while largely an irritation for federal forces, is much more than a simple political issue and serves as a beacon of resistance for many Americans, the atmospherics of which seem to be lost on federal officials, who are largely oblivious as to the anger and frustration of average Americans. As Americans' frustrations are at a boiling point, issues such as the border crisis may serve as the path of least resistance for other unrelated issues and pent-up frustrations. It is this indefinable factor that requires the utmost care and tact if a larger conflict is to be avoided. This concludes the wire for 2130 Zulu, January 24th, 2024.